Algebra 1, Algebraic fractions, type 3 factorising. So one of these questions was asked for homework. So if we look at the denominator there, we can see we have a squared minus 1 is equal to a plus 1, a minus 1. And therefore, if I sub that in there, we end up with 3 over a minus 1 minus a plus 1 over a plus 1 by a minus 1 plus a minus 1 all over a plus 1. So now we can see very simply that we have the lowest common denominator is a plus 1 by a minus 1. So I need to multiply the top and the bottom of the first fraction by a plus 1. And I need to multiply the second one by nothing, because it already has the lowest common denominator. And the third fraction I need to multiply above and below by a minus 1. So now it's all over the same lowest common denominator. So I have the top line, 3 times a plus 1 minus a plus 1 plus a minus 1 by a plus 1. And on the bottom we have a plus 1 by a minus 1. So now we just simply multiply out the top line. So we have 3a plus 3 minus a minus 1 plus a squared plus a minus a and minus 1. And then if we tidy that up, that gives us a squared plus 2a, and then plus 3 minus 2 gives us plus 1. Then we have a plus 1 by a minus 1. So we see, is this in its simplest form? Or if I go to the side here, can I factorise the top line? So what we have there on the top line is what multiplies to give us 1 and adds to give us 2. Well, it must be 1 and 1. So that's a squared plus a plus 1. And if I group the first two and take out the highest common factor and group the second two and take out the highest common factor, I have a plus 1 by a plus 1, which is a plus 1 to be squared. And of course then if I look, well, we have an a plus 1 on the top and an a plus 1 on the bottom when I sub back in. And therefore a plus 1 goes into a plus 1 once, which simply leaves us then with a plus 1 over a minus 1 as our fraction in its simplest form.